Okay, so it's been about, I think, 8 days since my last upload, and I said I wanted to keep uploading every week. Well, I've been busy since I went to Florida for a weekend. I've been dealing with schoolwork, regular work, and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's a pretty nice day outside right now, at least. The sun's starting to go down, so it's going to be pretty cool. It's already cold outside because we're getting into winter month, but we're going to go for a ride right now, and I'm about to put 4,000 miles on my bike, so I'm going to do a 4,000 mile review, and we're going to go check it out. Hopefully it's a good ride. I'm just going to ride through town and then come right back. Okay, so if you can't tell already, I went on my ride from the helmet here. I did end up taking my GoPro. Unfortunately, it did not have an SD card. I didn't get a single recording of the actual ride. I ended up just going to Walmart, buying an SD card, and by the time I got out of Walmart, it was too dark to even record. So if you don't know GoPros or you never owned a GoPro, the Hero 13 is notoriously bad at low light. Compared to its competitors, it's horrible. And why did I go with the Hero 13? At the time when I did buy this camera, it was the only action camera that was available in store. So that's why I went with the Hero 13. I did mess with the settings some more, so it should look a lot better, a lot more like other people's videos. I changed it so it's actually an ultra wide instead of the regular wide, which I was using before, which means that last video that happened where my camera was just tilted straight down shouldn't happen. I bought a new SD card with 512 gigs, so it shouldn't fill up anytime soon. It's got 13 hours. I'm pretty disappointed from today, but kind of learned my lesson like I did from the last video. It's like every single video I learned something new. Yeah, if you are going to, I guess if you have multiple cameras, have an SD card in every single one of those cameras. In case you grab a camera and you go out expecting to record with that camera and then it fails you because you don't have an SD card, it kind of sucks. My usual SD card was in the Insta360, which I don't even use for my bike. I actually just used it for the trip to Florida. I'll put up some videos of what happened there with the Insta360. So these videos, I've never tried the Insta360 in low light, and I actually never even adjusted the settings before I even started this. So now we got the GoPro, hopefully looking better. I'll be able to color grade it. I have the ultra wide shot. I upgraded to the DJI mic, and then I got the brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max. So the videos should start looking better, and the audio, man, I don't like how the audio sounds with this mic and the GoPro together, mostly because it just sounds super choppy. Like GoPro and DJI, obviously, they're a completely different company, so they're not going to be perfectly integrated, but I was expecting it to sound so much better, especially for the price. You know, like I spent $70 or $80 on this mic, which is a lot cheaper than if I would have went and got a lavalier mic and then the GoPro mod. I'd have extra wires going through my helmet, which nobody really wants that. But at the same time, the sound quality can be so much better. But yeah, this is just a little update of what's going on, what happened. I'm really disappointed. It was a nice sunset today, so I'm really disappointed about what happened. But you live, you learn, and you move on. What's up, man?
I don't know how to swim.
What happened?
Nothing. You cannot even see me. You just see like. Hi guys. Hi me. Wow, steaming. Shit. Watch your phone. Where are you going? With the speed of you?
Okay, so it should be sounding pretty good right now. Alright, so we just got to a super secret location. No, we just got to just two bridges side by side in Jacksonville. My wife wanted to go for a ride with me, so it's about probably like 8 o'clock right now. I got the wife bike, and we're just going to go ride back home. After this, I got a recording, but I couldn't get my mic connected to the GoPro. So, first recording just has no sound, and probably looks better because there's actually light outside. But this one should have more of me talking, and I'll actually be talking about this bike because I recently, well, I guess I haven't hit 4,000 miles on the bike yet, but I probably have about 100 miles left before I hit that 4,000 mile mark. So this will be my 4,000 mile review. I've already done the oil change, the second oil change. I had the first service done at 600 miles, and so it's about that time where it's kind of like, how nice is the bike after owning it 4,000 miles? Is it something that you grow out of super quickly, or is it something that, you know, you can buy this and it'll last you a while? So we're going to talk about that. You ready? I was going to smack your visor down.
You said I was going to, and then you did it.
I didn't mean to do it. I didn't think I was going to catch it. Okay. Let's start this ride. So I do have my tinted visor on, so hopefully I don't go straight into the wall. No, it should be fine. Okay, so as you can see, I'm at 3,910 miles on the odometer, and quickly rising as I daily this bike. And for those people that say, hey, don't buy a CB650, a CBR 650, a R7, or I guess people love the R7, but don't buy 650 or don't buy a 400 as your first bike. Obviously this bike's a little faster than the 400, so you have a little bit of getting used to. You have a little bit more power than you usually would with 400, which is the good thing. And the best part I personally find about it is it has the e-clutch. This is a 2024 model with the e-clutch. I talk about it in every single one of my videos. The e-clutch is amazing if you daily a bike. This is, you can switch it on and off whenever you want, and it takes care of that problem of, it's already green for me. But yeah, the e-clutch just takes care of that problem where you are getting used to clutch control, or if you get stuck in traffic, you can stop at that first gear, and it's literally amazing. I had a 2008 ZX6R that I ended up selling because it was a salvage style bike with a lot more problems than I wanted to deal with. After selling that bike, I picked up the 2024. I wrecked that thing early on in its life, and a year after I recovered from that motorcycle accident, I picked this thing up. Now, I mainly got this as a daily, just because I have my G35, and that thing is not the most reliable car, believe it or not. I mean, it's super reliable, but I was also changing out a lot of parts on it, so it was down a lot. It was never down because it would just break, other than batteries dying, but that's every car, you know? So I actually went from having a Super Sport, a 636, and then I hopped in this naked, and at first I loved the bike. You know, I didn't realize how big of a difference between a Super Sport and a naked was. And I say at first I love this bike because I'm still in between on whether I love this bike or not. For me, I still think about that. Is this bike super capable? Does it do everything that I need it to do? Yes, it does everything I need it to do, but I also want to start tracking. And if I had that ZX6R, I would not have any troubles tracking that thing, because I could just throw some race fairings on it and call it a day. For something like this, you wreck it, it's pretty much you're scraping engine. You know, like, there's no fairings on this. You're just going straight for parts if you crash this thing. But if you just go for a quick slide, the entire side of this motorcycle is going to look horrible. You're going to crack things, you know? Whereas if you crash a fully faired bike, it's not going to be too bad. A lot of things that people tell me the first time they look at this bike is, does it go fast? Yes, this bike goes fast. The fastest I have gone on this bike on a drag strip was 130, and whether you think 130 is fast or not, it's up to you, but it gets up and goes. It has the power for anything that you need it to do. Take it on the highway, it has way more than enough power. You take it to cruise with your friends, you're cruising easily. You're not forcing this thing to get up into gears. You're probably looking at me riding right now and you're like, man, this guy's doing 50 and he's in 5th gear. Why is that? Well, I'm just cruising. You know, I'm with my wife, I'm trying to be safe, and I'm not going to do anything crazy with my wife on the back of the bike. And not to mention that gas mileage, that cruising in 50, doing 50 at gas mileage is going to be great. Yes, if I go out and I'm trying to have fun, I go way higher up in the RPMs. anything that you want this bike to do, it will do it great. Is it going to be your 600 Super Sport killer? No, it's not. I'm just being honest with you. If you're looking to go from a 636 or R6, this isn't what you're going to want if you want something crazy. I can keep up with your friends that have Lear bikes and 600s. No, if you're just looking for a good time, then this bike can do it. Like, subscribe, comment, push the algorithm. Thanks for watching. That's stupid.